he came up, and I guess he liked what I was doing, and he liked me, and we just sat and talked, and he just turned around at one point and said, "Look, I'm considering writing my story. I think you'd be the guy. Would you be interested?" As you said, are you kidding me? Absolutely. So we struck a deal with a publisher and went from there. Now, I'll tell you, as much as the book was really, really fun to do, it was also really challenging to do, because Derek's attention span is about this long. So I would try to plan. I would have an agenda like you had for me and things like that. So, okay, so Derek, next week when we talk, we'll talk about the Philadelphia Blazers of the World Hockey Association. Okay, Kev, you're on. So the next week I would call him, or the next day I would call him, or whatever. And all right, Derek, so, you're with the Boston Bruins, you win the Stanley Cup, 1972. And all of a sudden, Johnny McKenzie, blah, 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 and get into the Philadelphia Blazers. Yeah, okay. So me and Mike Walton are playing with the Bruins, and we run through his last pane. Well, I don't want to stop them because the stories are too good, but they have nothing to do with the WHA, nothing to do with anything. And that was like him all the time. It was never, ever what I wanted to talk about, but it was at the same point, it was what I wanted to hear. But I had to do so much cutting and pasting and fact checking and trying to verify the years and the people involved and put it in a chronological order as well. And the best part of it, or not, is the best book is not the one in your hand, but it's actually what's on the cutting room floor. Oh boy, there are stories. We had several editors, and when I say editors, I don't mean in the official sense necessarily. But it started off, I sent it off to Derek, my manuscript, and his wife called me back and said, "Okay, Kevin, I've made some notes here. I don't think we need to talk about 6 girls in bed with Derek at the same time. I've got 2 sons who are in university right now." Okay. and there's a word that is kind of a street term for the women's chest. Starts with T and ends with T. And Derek uses that phrase liberally. But she said, "Kevin, there is no word in the world that I am more offended by than the T word." So all of a sudden it had to come, breast, boob, chest, any word. The
thesaurus is on fire at this point.
Yeah. So that was the start of it. There were several sexual escapades that came out. And so then it went to Bobby Orr. And Bobby Orr said, "Okay, Kevin, I'm not going to read the whole book, but I skimmed through it. And I have a real problem." I said, "Oh my God. Okay. Now tell me, Bobby, what's up?" He said, "Well, there's a story about the Bruins playing in Oakland." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay. We were down," and I'm going to have to paraphrase it because I don't remember specifically, but they were down 5-0, I think, at the time, going into the third period. And Harry Sinden came into the dressing room and said, "Look, guys, the game's over. Forget about 2 points. Let's just go out there and show them that they can't, run over us, that they can't beat us, in the alley, as they say, that they're going to have to intimidate us. They're going to have to move forward that way. And we'll fight them. We'll put them through the boards. We'll do whatever." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Is that not factual, Bobby?" He said, "Oh, no, it's very factual." The Bruins actually came back, and I think they won 6-5. He said, but what you've done, Kevin, is you've made Harry Sinden a Hockey Hall of Fame coach. You've taken away his integrity. All of a sudden, he's thrown a game. He's given 2 points away. That's talking about a Hall of Fame coach there. There's no way that's going in the book. So I had to change it ever so slightly and take out some of Harry Sinden's things. Then our lawyers looked and they took several stories out. The publisher's lawyers came along. They took several stories out. So the book you got is really what I think is a very good book. So I'm trying to be modest, but at the same point, there are several stories that are lying fallow on my floor downstairs that no one will ever read.
So there's the unofficial version around somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And every once again, Derek will call me up and say, hey, Kev, maybe there's a second book. What do you think, Derek? There may be, but it won't be with the stuff that you left behind. Right? Oh boy.